My dear friends, welcome to Sunday Reflection. We are in the 25th ordinary Sunday of the year. Today, I would like to speak to you about a little parable which is given in the Gospel of St. Luke alone. Although it is called a parable, it is rather a story, because often Jesus tells his listeners to do likewise, because the parables tell us something that we should imitate. Today, Jesus tells a story of a shrewd businessman. He owes his master a lot of money and he is about to be caught. Then what he does? He is not just clever, but he is also very cunning. He uses certain tricks. He goes to all those debtors and he reduces the amount they owe to the master. Thus, he makes a friendship with them. And later on, he succeeds in getting their goodwill. Jesus, in a way, says and comments about this man, saying he is very clever. Does he really like him? Does Jesus say we should be like that? Absolutely not. He knows that this man has done such thing which is not correct, which is untruth. It is not, he has not gone by the truth. He is a cheat. But what Jesus says, he is so clever that even his master cannot catch him. Why? Because master himself is a businessman and he needs all these debtors for his business. And since this man has managed to deal with them, if he throws this man out, then he will lose his business too. Hence, he will be forced to keep this manager, the steward. And that is exactly what happens. What does Jesus say? He tells us that life is much more than just immediate success. A lot of things that people do, majority of the people do things for just immediate success. Say for example, cheating in an examination. Say for example, taking drugs so that I may win a medal. That medal may be harmful to me, not because the medal is bad, but because the drugs are bad for my health. But I'm happy because I have won it, not by fair means. Same thing happens in politics too. Same thing happens everywhere. And therefore, we have a tendency to be like that man because we prefer immediate success. But what Jesus tells us today, or rather the first reading tells us, that those people who do such things are really not people who understand the true value of human life. A life is not just a life that is lived from day to day. We are made in the very image of God, and therefore we have a soul. We have a heart. We have a conscience. And when I do something wrong, whichever way that may be, it pricks my conscience. I may tell myself, well, I have won it. But my conscience tells me, you have cheated. I may tell my brother, I am right. But my conscience tells me, you are not right. I may even win a war, a battle, so to say, like Hitler did. But ultimately, he was a failure. And that is the story of every single person, historically, if we see, whoever he may be. These people ultimately end up having nothing. But there may be many other people who are not very successful, but their journey was right. They didn't use fraudulent means. they used right way, and they might have not succeeded to that extent. That doesn't matter. For the journey is as important as the last destination. Why? Because if my means are right, even if I don't reach the end, that doesn't matter. I am very close to it. Means don't justify the end. That is exactly what Jesus says. That we are also not just body, but body and soul. And hence, all that I have from God, my vidya, that is my knowledge, my understanding, must be used for a higher type of life. A type of life with which not only helps me to live a good life, but also helps all others. Today, all the goodness that we have in this world has been bequeathed to us by someone like this, about whom perhaps we don't know much, but who spent all their life for the goodness to be created in this world and which has helped you and me to live. That is the way what Jesus does. That is the reason he himself dies on the cross. He is ready to die so that we may have life and have it in abundance. That is exactly what he said. That I have come that they may have life, life in all its abundance. So my dear friends, let us reflect upon this parable. Reflect upon this story. What do I want in my life? Just temporary success? Success which will give me an excitement? Success with which I cheat others? Success with which I grab many things? Or I want a lasting peace and a lasting joy for myself and for all others, which may take me through the cross, but ultimately it will bring me to resurrection. I'm sure you have understood what I have said, and let us pray for each other to get this life. For remember what Saint Ignatius of Loyola said to Saint Francis. Saint Francis was a young man and he wanted to become a great person. But he told Francis, what does it cost a man if he gets the whole world but loses his own soul? In other words, you may gain everything, but it will be of no use if you have lost your very life, which is much more precious than all that you achieve. For what you achieve should be something that gives you satisfaction, that gives your conscience satisfaction, that makes you happy and joyful forever. That is exactly what the Lord has come to give us, and that is exactly with which our heart will always be happy. This is exactly what Saint Augustine says. Our hearts are restless until they rest in you, O Lord. Thank you, and God bless you.